Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live on Mondays at high noon or
Hi, noon.
I totally blew that. Yeah. Let's try that again. I'm going to do it again because I
Okay. Just because you like that, don't you?
Yes, I do. Welcome, everybody, to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live on Mondays at
Hi, noon.
There you go. Yay! We are our own entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Is anybody else supposed to be on today with us? I don't know.
That's probably why nobody. No.
Oh my gosh. We have so much excitement going on in our community, Doc. I love this.
It's a lot of fun. What's happening on your side of the world, which is only 15 minutes away? But
I know, seriously. Well, Karen Higgins has an event coming up. Unless it was this weekend, I actually have to check that. But she's called the Godmother of ACA, and I think that's the coolest thing ever because she's doing so great with the American Club Association brand and all the different chapters that are opening in the Kansas City area and certainly beyond. This is a national network now and possibly international by this point. And it's just very fun to see the success journey of so many of our friends. I love this.
Oh, totally. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I see a Hi Ladies. She usually does that. So I'm guessing that might be her on the comments.
I know. I love I bet that's actually Lisa.
Is it Lisa? It's one or the other. You know, I have 50%.
I love that.
So that is really awesome. Yes, she is heavily involved in ACA, and it's great to see people just diving in and helping others because I think that's
absolutely
what it's all about.
Oh my goodness, it is international and it is Karen. Holy moly, good for you, girlfriend.
That's cool. Well, we'll travel with you if you need any support.
Yeah. Doc is always totally happy to carry your luggage. I know how this works. I've got a trip and she goes, I'll go. Yeah.
I feel this trip going to Italy and let's see what else.
I know, seriously. But that is awesome, Karen. Congratulations. The Godmother of ACA. That is so cool.
That's very cool. So I have to just jump into our national days of today because
wow, that must mean they're good ones.
There's actually good ones, and of course, you know how much I love food. Most of them are food.
All right, let's hear it.
Well, and I think it's Doc's National Week because most of the stuff with let's see, looking at it, one exception, most of it I'm like, oh yay! So we'll first start with today. Today's Columbus Day.
Nice.
And it also is Thanksgiving Day in Canada.
Yes, it is. Lots of my friends are there. Yes.
And I have a story on that.
Okay.
My husband and I yesterday celebrated our anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. And we, on our honeymoon, I did and I'm sure you'll be surprised about this, but I pulled out the brides. Remember the big brides magazine?
Absolutely. I do. Yes.
I don't know if they still have it because, I'm not interested in that anymore. And I just did let's flip the pages and see where it lands. And that's where we're going. My husband actually trusted me. So
you're very brave of him.
Very brave. So we wound up in Nova Scotia, Canada, which was gorgeous, outdoors, very cold. And it was their Thanksgiving Day when we arrived. So nothing was open other than, where we had to stay, the resort that we stayed at.
Is that right? Holy moly.
Yeah. So, and they gave us part of our, for Thanksgiving and our wedding present, gave us whole lobsters for dinner. And we looked at it like, what do we do with this?
Oh my gosh.
The poor waitress was like, here, let me show you.
Wow.
So, because of course we were spoiled that we just had the tail and, they put this entire thing in front of us. So that is my Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our Canadian friends.
Absolutely true. That is very exciting, actually.
So now for the fun part. Today is also Moldy Cheese Day.
Okay. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? If it's moldy, isn't that yuck?
it's a good thing if you like blue cheese, for example, because they mold it on bread. And that's, I know, did I just destroy your entire blue
Yeah,
cheese?
kind of.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I could do without the mold conversation. Yeah.
But that's what blue cheese is. Yeah, I don't know why people have problems with blue cheese. I mean, I
No,
love the
seriously.
taste.
Yeah.
So,
Seriously. And
but
I learned so much from you, Doc.
I know you do, whether you want it or not. So yes, it's moldy cheese day. And then let's see, we'll go through tomorrow. This was the one that, I cannot really relate to because I'm not this kind of person. It's National Handbag Day. I know you are. I mean, it's not really a handbag. It's kind of a hippie purse. I don't know if you call that a
I
handbag.
know. Isn't that a funny thing? Some people are totally into it, and I absolutely love that kind of stuff. In fact, certain people who shall remain nameless just got a big, old, fabulous, amazing purple one with a gorgeous gold emblem thing on. Oh, it's awesome, and I love it. So certain people who shall remain nameless are addicted to handbags.
Well, and I am a very minimalistic person, so let me show you what I carry around. Let's see if
Okay. Okay.
okay.
Yep,
And
there you go. Under your chin,
wait,
don't forget. And now you can show all that stuff. Oh, see, I
it's
know.
got a
That's it.
mirror. It has my credit card and my driver's license. That's all I need.
There you go. That's pretty awesome. And you don't have to lose anything that way.
Nope.
Karen said she loves blue cheese. So I relate to that because I do, but I'd rather not know the origin of some of this
I'm
stuff that
sorry. I'm always destroying your narrative.
Yeah. Doc teaches us stuff about whatever the topic is. And I'm like, ew.
Yeah, TMI. Thank you very much. So Wednesday is sausage pizza day. I'm sorry, but I love in us Italians, it's salsiccia, so it's sausage pizza day. So I was thrilled about that. Thursday is National Farmers Day. Yay,
Okay.
farmers!
Yay, farmers!
Friday is Train Your Brain Day.
Which, God knows I could use that.
I look at that as different ways. Like I love to learn, and I mean that's training your brain. There's other things that people do, like play solitaire or do these little brain games on the little, this thing. Saturday, I'm sure you're just going to cringe on this, is National Dessert Day.
I'm okay with dessert. It just has to be very specific. Yeah.
Let me guess. Creme brulee and burned sugar cookies.
Yes, both of those. I can go all over that. I could possibly do tiramisu, and I could do New York style cheesecake with nothing on it except a sprinkle or two of cocoa.
Okay, I will have to remember that.
Not slopped around cocoa, just sprinkle
just
cocoa.
For a little aesthetic, a little.
Yeah. Actually, it really is aesthetic. That's all it really is. It's not. Doesn't do much else, but I just don't want any slop.
Well, and I don't like a sloppy cheesecake.
No, I like put stuff on it, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
My mom was a really great baker, and I think you might have had the cheesecake that I actually use for my baking business. It's super heavy, it's super thick, and we call it a New York cheesecake. It's one little slice and you're full.
Oh no, there's no way you can eat a lot of it, which is probably why I also like it, because those other little things you can eat a whole cheesecake just sitting there. And I'm like, that was worthless. So.
Yeah. Exactly. So Saturday is dessert day, and then Sunday, because I always like to end on Sunday, is mushrooms, lemon bars, and cheese curds.
All right, mushrooms I love. Lemon bars I've had before, and if they're super tart, I can handle them, but otherwise, and I don't think I know what a cheese curd means.
Cheese curd is curdled cheese. It's usually, I knew this would get you. They kind of, when they're making cheese, they add, and like something that will curdle cheese, milk would be something, for example, like vinegar that'll curdle it. And it's like it's the start of when they start making cheese. They skim it off. And it's actually known in the Midwest, Wisconsin specifically. Shout out to Jody Giroux. But that some people refer to it as squeaky cheese, but it's really basically curdled milk. It's in the process, and a big thing in Wisconsin, and it's catching on throughout the Midwest. is you basically deep fry them, and it's just you can eat them cold, as if you would a cheese stick kind of thing, or
I
you
was
can.
just going to say, I know what a mozzarella stick is. I've had those before because that's like bar food type
Yeah,
of onion rings and cheese sticks and stuff like that. I've done that. Is that kind of similar?
kind of.
All
Yeah, the
right.
texture is a little bit different.
Okay.
Um,
I could maybe give that a try then.
yeah, I think you would probably like it.
Okay. Do you
So,
dip it in something?
if you want, I'm just a purist, so I just pop it in my mouth. So yeah, you could, you could do.
So I would be a ranch or a honey mustard Dijon something kind of person maybe.
The
Because I don't
best,
know.
I was going to say the best are actually cheddar cheese. Those are the best cheese
Okay.
curds. So I don't know what you would dip that in, but
All right. Then maybe you wouldn't need it in this case.
you probably wouldn't need it
Because the mozzarella sticks you dip in spaghetti
Right.
marinara sauce type of something.
Yep.
And so I would just wonder if the cheese curds needed that, but maybe they don't. They sound very flavorful.
They really don't. They are very flavorful. Yeah. So there you go. There's your national day of. I was just so excited because it's all about food.
Yeah, I knew that you'd love that. And I've heard there's a certain podcast out there called All About Food. I wonder if you've heard of it.
No, I haven't in quite a while. Yeah.
Yeah, All About Food. And so do visit Doc's podcast because it's wonderful to hear all the different things that you've incorporated. And then Dinner with Doc is one of the playlists on your YouTube channel, and all the different things that you put out there. Many, 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 many things I didn't know about. You have yard beans and Japanese something and Chinese this, and I never heard of much of that. And you definitely get the most out of your garden. Now, I realize your garden is about 9 million square feet. I get that, but you definitely utilize every square inch and every garden box that you have to feed your family. I think that's very cool.
Yeah, I love. I don't know if you knew this. I love to garden, and
Yeah.
I love
somebody told me that. So I was stalking you. Somebody told me that.
And I love to build things. That's another. I guess if I had more tools, I'd be kind of a woodworker kind of chick. But I love to build things, and of course, garden beds fit into that. So, yeah, it's actually hard to control that urge because I see space outside, and I'm like, my poor husband is just like,
excuse me, we've got this much room. Guess what we're going to build?
So, but yeah, I have a lot of playlists. I'm up to about 253 videos on my YouTube channel.
Wow.
I've been doing this since 2020. So, and it's all, like you, I love what I do. It's a labor of love, the video thing. I get to use the skills and talents that God has blessed me with. And I love to help people and inform them. And it's all about sharing information.
One thing that I love so much is when you interviewed all of the girls for Doc and Queenie National Day 3, kind of, it's an event now. And you've been posting one of those every so often, just so everybody in the world can see what the interview part was like. I have so loved seeing the interviews with Karen, seeing the interview with Debbie, seeing the interview with Grace and Terry Ann. And I can't wait to see Lisa and Jody and Diva. And it's just so nice to refresh what those interviews were like when we were getting ready for our August event. And it's really very awesome that we have a YouTube technique, I guess you would say, a YouTube platform where we can have all of these at the ready, click a button and boom, you're in. I love that.
Yeah. And I posted one today of Jody Giroux. So
fun.
Check it out.
Wait, I need a break. And so as soon as I get off of this computer, I will be able to take a look at that. That's exciting. I can't wait to see Jody's interview.
Yeah, it was a lot. All of them were a lot of fun. And, like I said, I wish I could have interviewed everybody because there's so many neat people in our group.
Oh, gosh, absolutely. I know you picked number 7. That's kind of your thing. And I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I'm like going, well, maybe I should just keep the interviewing going. Maybe we could just do something like that. But, who knows? There's all of these options. So we'll just throw that question out there. What does everybody think, So
absolutely. I love that. Thank a farmer, Deb. That's very awesome. Thank a farmer.
And love #cheese curds. Yes,
absolutely. And while we're on this topic of communication within our community, Karen, of course, with the godmother of ACA, when you have events and things like that, that's what we want as far as the community, whether they're in person or virtual. If they're open to everybody, definitely put them in our Doc and Queenie page, because all of a sudden somebody sees that and go, do you think it'd be okay if I went to that? And the answer for many of these things is yeah. And I get to help with Project Die Hard. It supports veterans, and I get to do a posting party for that team in December. And we had to pick a date that was available for all of us. And oh my gosh. And I said December 12th, and they go, this year? And I go, well, yes, this year. And so that part worked out. And then I get to do a Mutual Aid Network, which is an international organization. All of these things are open to the public, certainly, but it's a chance for exposure for yourself. Like when you're there, obviously you'll get to network with the other folks, but it also helps the nonprofit get more exposure for their organization. And so when I see things like this, I just love that. So if you have an event in your own group or something, especially if it's virtual, but even if it's in person, let everyone know where it is, if it's open to the public, and be sure and put that in the Doc and Queenie page, because I definitely think that's for me, part of the community building piece that we are all about.
Yes, definitely. That's pretty awesome. So, and it's all about sharing and caring.
Oh gosh, absolutely. And most of us have met already because of networking. And I have a shout out. I forgot about something super important, and I'm talking about a drum roll here. Are you ready, Doc?
I'm ready, Queenie.
All right. One of the people I just mentioned was actually a grand prize winner of the Global Happiness Summit on Friday. And the Global Happiness Summit is a yearly organization. This was the 14th annual, by the way. 10-10-10 is when it started. And so by doing 10-10-10 plus 13 equals 14, FYI. So they were going, it's only the 13th. And I said, no, when you do the first one, it's kind of like your birthday. You start at 0, but now you look how old you are, or how young you are in my case. And 29. So yeah, I'll take it. And so the answer is Terry Ann Porter won a grand prize.
Wow. What did she win?
That was so cool. Philomena Moncor is one of our mentors, and she's the chairman of the board for the Happy Co-op. Many of you are members of that. It's free, of course. And so all of a sudden we're spinning the wheel, and Philomena is giving away a computer bag. And I actually think this would completely rock your world, because of course Philomena carries 2 computers everywhere she's going. Here's a work, and here's a screen, and here's a something, and I'm like, oh my god. And just to be remote takes her pounds of equipment to get to wherever she's going. But anyway, it's a big computer bag, and her business is Thrive, THRYV. And so her businesses thrive, and there's tons of slots and pockets and all kinds of things. So she put goodies in there plus a gift card. So as soon as the wheel is spinning, and of course I'm taking pictures of as much as I can, and boom, it's Terry Ann Porter. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm screaming on the screen. And so I was super excited that one of our own members of our Doc and Queenie community actually won one of the grand prizes for the Global Happiness Summit. So I was excited about that.
That is totally cool.
I know.
Yeah, I apologize. I have to get my dog out of my office. I forgot to close the door.
Okay. No, go right ahead.
While you do that, you get the wheel together. I will be right back.
We're actually going to spin the wheel, as a matter of fact. And Grace, definitely happy Canadian Thanksgiving to you. Several of our friends in the Happy Neighborhood Project are actually part of the Canada family, as we call it. So it is super exciting that we get to have Happy Thanksgiving in Canada. So that is always wonderful. We were mentioning back on Labor Day, as a matter of fact, that is the only, I believe, or at least one of the only dates that Canada and USA celebrate together. So Labor Day is obviously one of those, but obviously our Thanksgiving won't be until the 4th Thursday in November, and Canada Thanksgiving is today. So yes, I think that's super cool.
Very cool.
All right, so let's do a share screen and find out what these fantastic words are. Unless you want to do topics first, you decide, Doc.
Let's do topics first today. Let's get a little bit outside of the, box.
Let's find out what we can do. All right, topics. All right, we will shuffle 6 times. Doc's favorite number is 7, mine is 5. So 6 falls somewhere comfortably in between. So let's see what the answer is. Oh, I'm taking this one. Yeah.
Go for it.
How I am definitely taking this one. I'm kidding, actually. The answer is honestly, when you have the topic of meals, I have found with a lot of my network, like when I'm on virtual all day long, I got to go fix dinner. I got to this, I got to that. I appreciate the folks who have large families to prepare for, but I very much appreciate the quick. So in other words, if you're on Zoom all the time and there's very little time, and now you get to go cut the grass and then you get to shovel the snow and then you get to whatever, there's very little time actually when you network a lot to do meal prep. And so I appreciate quick. And so I always have, for me, I always have turkey bacon or avocado or hard boiled eggs or something like that, quick, ready to go, just to keep me from passing out during these days. And I know in your family, Doc, with 4 people in your household, you have meal prep as a big part of your day.
It's a community. It's a community. All hands on deck.
Okay.
Yeah. But I also kind of do what you do too with, I've got, and I've actually done videos. I do.
Of course you have.
I'm
going to do a video on how to cut an avocado.
There you go. Yes, please do. And then you can say, I'm going to give this avocado seed to my friend who's a gardener, and then I'll sprout it for you.
Well, absolutely. And then I can plant it and I'll have an avocado bush or tree or whatever it'll
die in the wintertime. But
see, this is one of the reasons that you're in charge of gardening.
We'll put it in my greenhouse if I can figure that out now.
See? I think this is working.
No, I do the same thing you do with the quick during the day. Like I've got celery. I chop up celery, clean it 11.5 for those of us that have that water machine, and then put it in clean water and put it in mason jars and stick it in the refrigerator. And I do that with carrots too. So it's a grab and go.
Okay, that's nice.
Because I'm the only one probably, I don't know. Do you like celery? I love celery. I don't know why, but
I can't even remember the last time I had celery, and I could live the rest of my life without it. Carrots, on the other hand.
That's how my family is. Just look at
I love carrots. Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Yeah. And so I have those grab and goes, but they also help because I like to do basically simple meals, maybe 5 ingredients at max for dinners. And, I've got my celery already, all I have to do is chop it up a little bit. I don't have to clean it. It's all ready to go because it's in those jars. And it lasts. And I actually started doing that to preserve it longer because we have so many people with their hands in the refrigerator. Things would get pushed to the back of the refrigerator. And then I'd be like, I just found a whole bunch of celery and it's ready for the compost pile. It was just that kind of thing. And I do not like to waste food. So to say, meals, I always try to do simple, now that we're getting into fall, I'm a big soup person. Mm-hmm. So hamburger soup is a favorite. Chicken soup is a favorite. Chili is a favorite, very basic, traditional. They're quick, they're easy. So that's I
can do potato soup, but my main component that I add to potato soup is cauliflower.
Ooh, yes.
I know. And so I've got the potato soup ready to go. And then I take literally a whole head of cauliflower and chop it up, already boiled. And so I chop that up into the potato soup because that potato soup stuff is too heavy. It's not a good fit for me. And so I have to kill it with something unheavy. And so when I put the cauliflower in, there's just enough that it's still soup, but it doesn't feel like just that heavy potato thing that'll kill you.
Well, I will have to have you try. I make a gluten-free or a dairy-free, I should say. It's gluten-free anyways, but a dairy-free soup. And I make it with coconut milk.
Okay.
And coconut milk and chicken stock. And it's really unique. And my family loves it. But of course, I put bacon in it. And I know you're not a big bacon person.
That just killed me. So thank you. And Laura Linstra actually is one of our superstar friends in this community, and she is a pampered chef extraordinaire, everything. And she has made cauliflower soup for me before because she knew about my know this and know that and know something else. And she's like, and I'm sure she's going, thank God you don't live in my household. And but it's back to that same drill. She literally, this actually happened, I think, during COVID, just because she's a sweetheart. She said, I'm bringing over a large container of cauliflower soup that I just made, and it's going on your porch. And she said, because she knew my schedule and I can't get off the computer and blah, blah, blah. And literally that's what she did. And I was like, OMG. And so, yeah, she's a sweetheart. And that cool. Talk about having it delivered. Yeah. But she is so great and such a great chef times a million. And plus such a generous heart, which is so cool. So, but anyway, yes, a lot of people are feeling, what's the temperature right now? At my house, it's 63 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's always interesting to me that people are going, this is freezing. And other people are going, oh my gosh, I'm so hot. And so it's so funny when you've got people in different parts of the world, they decide if it's cold or hot, not by the number, just by their temperature. So it's just a funny thing, but I feel, thank you for these backgrounds, by the way, Doc. I feel that we are definitely in the fall season now because it just feels like it's got a different crisp in the air.
You know what's funny? It's 67 here, and I'm only 10 minutes south of you, which I just...
Of course, there would be a 4 degrees variance. Oh my God!
You know what? I always do this every year, and I did it the other day. So we woke up, and it was like 40 something outside in the morning. Mm-hmm. And I'm freezing because I don't turn my heat on until, well, I'm getting close.
Well, I hate closing up the house though. I love everything open and bright and all that stuff. And as soon as you turn that furnace on, it's like, ugh.
Yeah. And, you know, so it was 47 and the temperature went up to about like 53, 55. If it was January, we'd be walking around in our shorts going, woohoo, it's warm. And I'm like, but it's October and I'm cold. What's the difference? You know, I know it's a humidity thing. I don't know. It's just so funny. And then this morning I had to run to a big box store and I've got my sweatshirt on. I've got a jacket over this. I'm wearing sweatpants and gym shoes. And there was a guy like cutouts, you know, sleeves, shirt on, shorts, and sandals. And I'm like, so yeah, it's just crazy.
I think you just got an invitation not to go over to Karen's house because her windows are open.
I'll sit there with my sweatshirt on.
I know, seriously. I've got my office door open, as a matter of fact, because like I say, I just love fresh air and outside and all of that. In fact, I'm going out. I've got one more call after this before I start in for round 2 in the afternoon. And I really am going outside. I love this. It feels so great. And I am going to cut the grass. And this is a great season.
Yeah, no, I love the fall. It's the adjustment, you know, and I love it at night when the sun's going down. You know, I love the coolness of the evening.
I love that meme that comes out that says, I'm not leaving my house again till my temperature hits my age. And so I look at that and go, oh, I can't leave my house till August. This is going to be really bad. And so I know. And it's really one of those things that I absolutely love, being outside. But I'm freezing from October to April usually. And that is when, like I say, when the furnace is on, I'm like, ugh.
Yep, I'm trying to see the comments on who's making the comments.
Oh, let's see who that is. My windows are open.
He's wearing a t-shirt. You're killing me.
Oh my gosh, that's Grace. Oh, all right, Grace. The t-shirt is a little scary, my friend, but yeah.
I'm like, well, yeah, I'm having a but
no kidding.
Yes. So meals, it's an interesting take from both sides of the fence.
Absolutely. So. Yeah. And it really, I just like the grab and go stuff for real, and meal prep and then slop. And that's just not my thing.
Slop. Yep.
Yeah. Not my thing. All right. Before we say farewell to our friends, let's find out what our word today will be.
Right.
Because we definitely love doing a Doc and Queenie Words Have Meaning. And by the way, if you guys have words you want to talk about, and I mentioned last time that I've already got my word chosen for 2024. I am super excited about it, as a matter of fact, because I think you guys will be surprised at even me. But words are my thing for real. So if you have a word that you'd like us to add to the wheel, we would be happy to do that. Woo! Okay, Doc, this is you, my friend.
Determination.
Yes.
Hmm. I'm determined to move forward, like that kind of determination.
You do whatever feels right. And I'm so serious about that. Determination. I mean, think about the motivation, inspiration piece. I am determined to what? And I think you are the epitome of determination when it came to I'm building a greenhouse and I'm by golly going to do that. And I'm going to YouTube it so other people can learn how. Is Diary of a Greenhouse still your biggest hit on your YouTube channel?
Actually, my shorts are bigger.
Okay. All right.
My shorts are bigger, but I haven't participated much with Diary of a Greenhouse because it's been Diary of a Landscaper,
Oh,
So
yeah. Oh, the way
on
that
the
you've done
greenhouse.
construction. Yeah. But a lot of people, you mentioned that your analytics are mostly men because of your construction. It's not like you're planting a little seed in a little cup of doodah and sprinkle watering. You have like, this is landscaping on a very large scale for a greenhouse the size you have. And so that's why I was wondering, but you were determined to get a greenhouse done and determined to feed your family and determined for all the things that you do. I think you're the epitome of determination.
Thank you. November 1st will be 1 year.
Oh my, okay, now seriously.
And I keep saying I'm almost finished, but I am. I have one more thing to do outside that I was determined to do. And actually it's more of a landscaping. I have these privet hedges, and I'll post some pictures. Never plant privet hedges if you don't want something that's invasive. And I knew it was invasive, but I did not understand what that means. And so they grew like 4 feet the first year I had them, because I thought, like in Europe, they have these privet hedges and they make shapes out of them and all of this, or they just do a big square hedge. And I realized the second year that, well, I couldn't reach the top because by the time it hit the second year, it was 12
Oh,
feet.
absolutely. Yeah.
So I changed them into trees. So I trimmed them from my height down, sort of 5-ish feet down. And so I'm determined to get those trimmed. This year I wasn't unable to get them trimmed. I trim them three times a year, 3 times in the summer, because that's how quickly they grow. And this year I wasn't able to because I was working on the landscaping and they grew 8 feet. They send
Oh
out these
my
little shoots.
gosh.
They send out shoots. And so I'm halfway through, but I'm determined to get that done. And then it'll be my landscaping will be at the point I want it. Next year, I'm looking forward to it because I'm determined to get flowers and shrubs and all of that around my greenhouse. But no, I am my personality. I don't know if you knew this. I'm kind of a workhorse. So I do.
I heard that, or maybe I saw it on the internet. Yeah.
Yeah, I do well with heavy duty work. Heavy duty. I was an athlete, so that kept me out of trouble. And now, as an adult and not being able to do athletics as much, I use my athletics and hanging from the greenhouse and putting rock and edging and building greenhouse or raised beds. But yeah, determination. It's interesting people's determination. For me, I love everything I do, so it's not work. And I'm determined to get to a certain point because I just love it and I want to experience what it takes to get there, whether it's hard or not. So I guess that's part of the determination journey. How do you, because you're very determined, it just looks different.
Absolutely. And I think, and please, anyone that is watching with us or certainly on the replay, add the comment section your determination topic, because that's the point of the Words Have Meaning thing for Doc and Queenie. And the reason for that is I'm determined to get this accomplished this weekend. I'm determined not to let that bring me down. I'm determined to help people change their lives one sip at a time, as I say. I'm determined, I'm determined, I'm determined. And so motivated, inspired, all of those things for me kind of work together. And I'm determined that I'm going to succeed. I'm determined that I'm going to help others succeed. I'm determined that I'm never going to give up. All of those things are very, 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 very big for me. And that's why it's a huge piece for me to share that with my water team, especially, and certainly my networking community. I tried that networking stuff once, it doesn't work. Well, That's not a good fit for me, because networking and my journey with networking is my success journey. And I love that piece. So I am determined to let people know that networking does work. And look at Karen, the godmother of ACA.
The
Uh,
godmother.
I know, godmother, and is not in my brain yet. And so the godmother of ACA is in my brain now, because she makes everyone who attends her events feel welcome. Yep. And so think of her determination to grow this group to international, as she said. And that is huge, because now you've got a group that fits for you. And it's a good draw for people who need networking location. I think it's fantastic. And so we are determined to what? And so please put in the comment section, certainly on the video in the Doc and Queenie community page, what you're determined to do or to accomplish. We've got 1 quarter left, not even the full quarter at this point, of 2023. And then pretty soon, we're all going to be picking our new words for 2024. And so it really is, are you determined to end the year in a big way and to help other people accomplish their goals? So there's a list for determination, Doc.
And yeah, and you can determination. I mean, I think of it too with you can take that word and be determined to learn something for your business in order to help others. Determined to do ? Exactly, Debbie Miller. Some people like YouTube. So maybe you will be determined to learn that next year from Doc when I do a little course and help you how to create YouTubes in a simple way.
Oh gosh, that's awesome.
But it's all determination really is in everything we do when you think about it.
I love that so much. And that's why we do words have meanings, and definitely topics, and think about, I didn't even think about this when we first started Doc and Queenie 3.5 years ago, but it turns out now that we've got national days of, we've got words have meanings, and we have topics to talk about. And it's not like we ever need anything to discuss. It's more a matter of, once this grows and people see this, it's like, hang on a second, I want to play. And just like with the interviews that you did of the superstars for the Doc and Queenie National Day of 3, which is pretty amazing, I'm instantly thinking in terms of the people in our community are basically learning from each other. I have a course, I have an event, I have a something, and the next thing, oh, hang on a second, I want to go to that. And is this open to the public? And it really has just blossomed. I love this.
Yes, I do too. It's been fun to watch. It's been fun to be a part of it. So, and fun to share information. So
absolutely. I'm excited to go see the video that you posted about Jody and see what her interview is. Thank you for that.
Sure. You're welcome. It's a fun interview. She and I talk every once in a while, and we just had a blast doing that. So.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet. I can't wait to see it.
So guess what?
Oh, I know. Seriously. Doc and Queenie 5 hours a day. Let's try that.
I'm not really sure.
I'm determined to make room in my schedule for that to happen. Yeah, let's try that.
Because I'm still determined to finish those privet hedges outside. But, I'll get back to you on that. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us, whether it was live or on the replay for Doc and Queenie Facebook Live on Mondays at
high noon.
Catch us every Monday here on Facebook Live at
high noon.
You can reach out to Queenie all over social media at Kathy Weaver KC, or check out her website at kathyweaverkc.com. You can reach Doc at kitchengardenexpert.com or all over social media at Kitchen Garden Expert. Until next time, have a fantastic week, and we will catch you right back here next Monday. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Queenie.
Thank you, Doc. Bye for now.
Bye.